Hello everyone, this is Gaurav Kumar, a student of Central University of Punjab, Bhatinda. I am going to present today on the protection of women from the NRI marriages. Friends, we have seen that women faces several types of discrimination, whether at home, workplaces and in the marital associations too. The Global Gender Index also shows a very gloomy face of the India in the South Asian region, where women faces a very several. In this segment, Indian women faces several type of challenges in NRI marriages, where woman gets married to a person who is living abroad, and then ultimately they either leave her or get married to another woman. In this situation, this is very hard condition for these women to stay in a relationship. They are partly married and partly unmarried. They don't have any choice to leave the marital bond and go for another marriage, as she is married to that person, but in actual she is not. According to the Ministry of External Affairs website, there are 1,34,59,194 NRIs and 1,86,83,645 persons of Indian origin, with a total of 3,21,340 overseas Indians. The overseas Indians prefer to marry Indian residents due to the cultural similarities and traditional values. In many of such marriages, the husband abandons the wives. The 2019 draft bill seeks to compulsory registration of such marriages so that the rights of the deserted spouse can be cared of. Now, regarding to the private international law, primarily marriages of Indian women with the NRIs would attract domestic personal laws of India and the country of the resident of NRIs. Hence, there can be apparent conflict between the laws and the jurisdictions of the different countries owing to differences in the societies, culture and institution of marriages. The applicable body of private international law is also known as conflict of laws. The purpose of private international law is used and not subject of this article. India formally joined the Hague Conference on the Private International Law on March 13, 2008, after facing such problem regarding to NRI marriages. Now we will see regarding the public international law. In the realm of public international law, the 1979 CEDAW provides for taking appropriate measures to suppress all form of discrimination and exploitation of women, including trafficking and prostitution, under Article 6 of UN Women 1979. Now, what are the legal institutional framework regarding this? The issue arising from NRI marriages have led to the abandonment of wives, domestic violence and extramarital relationship, delay in getting immigration, ex parte divorce, etc. Indian women also face language problem that restricts them from availing the proper legal remedy in the foreign countries. What are the legal frameworks regarding this? Availability of lenient ground for divorce in some legal system. It seems easier for NRIs to take divorce abroad due to the availability of the grounds in some jurisdictions. It aggravates the plight of Indian in the foreign land. Secondly, the jurisdictional problem. Some of the NRI marriages are annulled by ex parte divorce decree obtained by a husband in the foreign court. Similarly, thirdly is the marriage legislation. India's marriage legislation have remained scattered in different enactments such as the Code of Civil Procedure, the Special Marriage Act, etc. So this should be compiled for. In Deepak Banerjee versus Sudipta Banerjee, the maintenance proceeding initiated by the wife under section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 was upheld. Now, what are the data of Ministry of External Affairs? The Ministry of External Affairs received 3,955 complaints from the Indian women who faced such problems of domestic violence in abroad. Now, what about the National Commission of Women in this regard? The National Commission for Women (NCW) is another statutory body that has been receiving complaints from the distressed women in NRI marriages. As on 20th March 2022, the NCW website provides detail of 30,865 complaints. Now, what are the data of National Crime Record Bureau, that is NCRB? The National Crime Record Bureau (NCRB) seeks to maintain an authentic record of crime against women, and according to their data, in 2019, almost 4 lakh such cases of domestic violence committed against women. Similarly, in 2018, almost 3 lakh such cases, more than 3 lakh such cases registered, and in 2017 almost 3.5 lakh cases registered of the domestic violence. Now, what are the situation in the Punjab? The status of complaint received and actual cases registered against the NRI by the Punjab Police during 2013 to April 2020 is indicative of the prevailing crisis. The disposal of large number of complaints could be the result of factors such as coercion, compromises, and the sheer desperation of women trapped in NRI marriages. As on 28th February 2022, there were 291 proclaimed offenders and 23 absconders were in the matrimonial disputes. Now, I am concluding this session that what precautions and what measures can be taken to minimize such problems. Against the backdrop of above discussion, there is an urgent need of taking of the following concrete legal and institutional setup. Enact a special comprehensive legislation that can be designated as a non-resident Indian Marriages Protection of Women Act. Such marriages should be registered under the NRI marriages, and dissolution of marriages on the ground of irretrievable breakdown. Need for a special monitoring cell in the Prime Minister Office (PMO) for the same. Thank you. Namaskar.